Well, this is it for Tottenham. This is the moment they've waited for. They have fought long and hard and battled their way through Europe and across Europe as well to reach this stage this evening. It is the first leg of the UEFA Cup final. It is a big test for some of those young Tottenham players who have been developed by Keith Birkinshaw. Anderlecht, one of the big sides in Europe, with some of the really big names as well. And Tottenham know this is a massive test for them over the next two legs of this UEFA Cup final. The two captains there preparing, making the formalities complete. There's the Tottenham team. Tony Parks again continues in goal. Ray Clemence still only just on the bench. Parks has been in wonderful form. And Gary Stevens, the youngster, is given a start in midfield alongside young Mickey Hazard. The key, of course, will be the likes of Perryman and Roberts, who really have been the backbone of this side, and the goals of Archibald and Falco. There's the RSC Anderlecht side. Some big names in there: Erwin Vanden, George Grun, and of course the wonderful Belgian international Enzo Schifo. Frank Arnesen, the veteran, and Frank Verkaukeren, the veteran midfielder, both on the bench for Anderlecht tonight. They're a club with a proud tradition and a proud record as well. There is the Grief. And Tottenham preparing for their biggest game, certainly perhaps even bigger than those two FA Cup final wins in 1981 against Manchester City, and of course 1982 against Queen's Park Rangers. The fans that have travelled from England are here in number. They're desperate to see Tottenham do well in one of the biggest games club football has to offer. Archibald and Falco will get us underway. Tottenham will play from right to left in this first period. The pitch is in good condition, considering we are now at the end of the club football season. And an early touch here for Tony Parks, who, despite his tender age, is keeping Ray Clemence out of the side. Just what role will he have to play in this game? It's a gamble from Keith Birkinshaw, deciding not to play the very experienced Ray Clemence. There is a very experienced Belgian goalkeeper, Jackie Mouneron. That's the Grief. The tackle was made. Mark Falco is on the chase. And now Galvin. This is Steve Archibald. Support here from Danny Thomas up from fullback. Ball goes out of the legs of Chernetinsky. Thomas. Just a little wet on the surface from the rain that we had yesterday. This is Galvin. And Morano is forced to touch the ball behind. Early pressing by Spurs. Tony Galvin, such a threat, of course, down both flanks and popping up in the middle there. The header is distant from Gary Stevens. Just making a bit of a nuisance of himself there, Archibald. And George Grun had to be very careful. Chance from runner on now to launch this ball long downfield. The throw will go to Tottenham. That's Morten Olsen. Schifo. This is Brie. Well won back though by Mickey Hazard. Searching ball as well. Archibald has made the break. Galvin is on the overlap with him. The cover came from De Grief. Archibald being closely watched. Chris Hughton with a throw. And again. Schifo. Van der Eycken has run out of it, but offside flags up. Against Steve Archibald, the Scotland international. He's been in good scoring form since he's moved down to England. That's a decent ball, and no for the danger here for Tottenham to deal with. It's a really good tackle by Graham Roberts in the end. Hopkins it was who almost brought her away. Schifo. This is now Morten Olsen, the captain of Anderlecht, the Dane. That's a super tackle that by Steve Perryman. Schifo again. That's nice from Vanden. There's a delivery as well, and Thomas does well. Super cover from the fullback. There was a real moment of worry for Tottenham there. Brie was waiting for the ball. It is a corner. It's too deep for everyone. Well, there's George Grun. Almost a veteran defender now. Into his 30s. Still a Belgian international though. That's Galvin towards Hazard. Always wants the ball, does the young midfielder. And back by Roberts to his goalkeeper Parks. Here's Hughton now. Hazard again, just going to pick up the ball wherever he can from the back four. Paul Miller and Graham Roberts, the two centre halves, of course. This is Hughton. Archibald almost getting the flick from Mark Falco there. Grun cooked it out. Hazard. Ball will fall for, well, it looked like it would fall for Tony Galvin. Didn't quite sit for the winger. Vanden picks out George Grun. On here towards Morten Olsen. This is Olsen again making the run. Paul Miller came across. Morten Olsen with the delivery. And it's going to be put behind by Tony Galvin. It is another corner to Anderlecht. It is their turn to turn the screw on this Tottenham defence. Here's the corner. It'll be swung in here by Enzo Schifo with that right foot of his. Parks has come a long way. He's not got there either. It's hooked clear by Graham Roberts. Back into the mix it goes, but it's well wide and could well be another corner. It has taken a touch. The referee says it is a corner. Again, a threat for Tottenham to deal with. The header is down and, well, Parks was happy to see it go across his post. There was a real moment of concern though as Janetinsky and Van der Berg flew in. Here's Graham Roberts. Hazard. This is Paul Miller. Hazard again. Now Roberts. Chris Hughton with the ball forward. Here's Mickey Hazard. Probing run, finds Galvin. He's just overrun the ball though. The promising position for Tottenham. Galvin applauds the ball. And the play by Mickey Hazard. He's a bit disappointed with himself there, will the winger. Touch was a little heavy, but gets away with it. It is Morten Olsen now. Cover was by Dick Beef. Munaron will give it back to the fullback again. Anderlecht's happy to be patient and build from the back. This is Van der Eycken. Olsen. Well, Tottenham will be pleased with the start that they've made. Although they do have to be a little careful here. That's nice from Brill. Recovery tackle, but Brill has it again. Falco battling with Grun, who did well. And now Schifo. Danny Thomas with the intercept and as well to pick out his goalkeeper, to the applause of the Tottenham fans behind that goal. Tackle by Hughton. And he was a little rash on Schifo. That hurt the Belgian international midfielder, didn't it? Vanden will deliver the free kick. This is Cheletinsky. The cover was by Houghton again. Now Schifo. Vanden towards Morten Olsen, who had made a forward run. Flag was up though for offside. That's Stevens towards Thomas. Parko offside. And George Grum with a quick free kick to Morten Olsen, the sweeper. And now Dickney. Turn was by Hopkins. Wins a free kick for his side. Thomas penalised. Referee happy just to leave it as a throw-in. Thomas just told to get away. It's going to be a long throw into the penalty area here. Dangerous moments again for Tottenham. Hazard with a header away. Vanden now Schifo. Just couldn't quite control it, and the cutout was made by Houghton coming out from the back. That's Stevens looking for Archibald, but well intercepted by Morten Olsen. Cheletinsky does well. Now Schifo. Long range shot. It's not far wide either, is it? Good hit by De Gruta. Caught it well, didn't he? Worrying moments for Tottenham and for Tony Parks. Houghton's attempted ball was blocked. Once again, covering well from the back, it was Hopkins who came flying out to make the block. Galvin takes the advantage of having a quick corner hit. This is Hazard. He just dragged that a little bit. He'll be disappointed with himself there, Mickey Hazard. Very, very even though, isn't it? No way through for Chernetinsky and co, or for Tottenham at the other end. Good cover again. Schifo's done well there. That's Vanden off towards Vanden. This is De Groot. Headed back down, but Parks was there. From Vandenberg's header. Little bang for Chris Hughton here as well. Here's Paul Miller. Roberts back towards his central defensive partner. And now the Scotland international Roberts just steadying things down. Hughton's okay. Just took a bang. Didn't leave the field for a moment, but he's come back on. George Grum. Now De Grief. This is Chernetinsky. Hopkins, and now Morten Olsen. It has been wet over the past 24 hours or so. The pitch is just cutting up a little. It will be a concern. Archibald is offside. Frustration for Tony Galvin, who may not have been offside there. It's George Grum. Schifo. Could be the goalkeepers, and it is for Tony Parks. Hughton looking for Mark Falco. Galvin tries to get the second ball, but finds its way through to Morten Olsen here. Olsen again. Little scoop ball forward. Comfortable for Roberts, who once again is happy just to take the sting out of the situation. An interesting route through to the final did the Anderlecht side. Played against Lawrence, of course, from France, and managed to come through. Foul there by Mark Falco. Did very well to overcome Spartak Moscow, and of course that led to that semi-final tie against Nottingham Forest, when we all fully expected a all-English final. And it was here in the Vanden Stadium where they overcame that 2-0 deficit from the first leg. Forest seemingly very hard done by with some of the decisions that were given by the match officials on the evening. And in the end they went down to defeat, and it's Anderlecht who are here in the two-legged final with Tottenham. The first leg here in Brussels. Forest, I know, still very unhappy about the way they went out, but I don't know, but perhaps something about a European final says it should be aside from England and aside from anywhere else in Europe. Still gives it that European feel, doesn't it? Good tackle there by Danny Thomas, who's done well, the young defender. Spurs, of course, have come through some very tricky ties. Bayern Munich, Austria Vienna have all stood in their way. This now is Tony Galvin. The cross is deep towards Falco with a header, a real chance. Well, Tottenham will feel they should be in front. Mark Falco's header. It was a really, really good chance. They'll be disappointed, will the big striker. Hazard penalised. Oh, what a good chance that really was for Tottenham. It's the best chance of the game as well, isn't it? Without a shadow of a doubt. Falco again battling for the ball. Archibald beaten by Grun. The offside flag goes up against Stephen Archibald. This now is De Gruyter. Intercepted by Paul Miller. Now Perryman. That was a very, very tight decision. Archibald is given offside. He doesn't feel he was. And he may well have had a point as well. A little bit going on there between Archibald and Van der Eycken. This is Schifo. It's a very nice ball looking for Hoskins. Galvin is quick though. Tottenham goal kick. Little pat on the back for Tony Galvin from Graham Roberts. Good tracking back. Tottenham a little sloppy. The ball there was for Chinatinsky to an on-to. And there's a little bit of nonsense going on there between Chinatinsky and Graham Roberts. Chinatinsky still not very happy about the decision. A little word for Van der Eycken as well for that tackle. Just getting a little heated in the last couple of minutes. They're the Tottenham fans there. Lots of police surrounding them. This is Morten Olsen. And on here towards George Blum. Offside flag goes up. It was Enzo Schifo who had made the run from midfield. Here's Perryman. Newton was caught by Schifo. Tottenham have a free kick which Mickey Hazard is over at the moment. Although Perryman now looks as though he will take it. Hazard takes it quickly towards Steve Archibald. Now Galvin. Crosses very, very deep towards Stevens and would head her away by De Gruyter. Well, I'm afraid some supporters are being carried out now on stretchers. Well, it looked like it wouldn't have tackled by Chris Houghton. Referee thinks otherwise. They're attacking the challenge on B. Perryman trying to make a point to the referee.
Very good.
Stevens away. Only half cleared though. Danny Thomas tries to complete the clearance. Now Shifo. Stevens with the block with the attempted ball, although has been deemed as handball by Gary Stevens. Quite a way out. There's the delivery. Headed away by Paul Miller. And Thomas with a dangerous ball back to his goalkeeper, which Tony Parks did well to watch all the way. Well, those problems in the Tottenham end of the ground do seem to be dissipating at the moment. Mark Falco there, the man who has had the best chance of this match so far. It is still 0-0. It's a nice ball again for the running Shifo. Hopkins. There's the strike from distance, but never really troubling Tony Parks' goal. It's De Groote who hit it. Tony Parks just issuing some instructions to his defence as there's another ball long downfield. Here's Galvin. Once again, the referee just wanting to have a little word with Bray. Game being played at a rather gentle pace at the moment. Did start off quite fast and furious. Parks didn't get that one right at all, and Anderlecht will have a chance to build. Shifo will deliver this free kick. Comes off the head of Galvin. And it's a foul by Vanden. In fact, the referee is saying that he wants the original free kick taken again. Galvin had failed to retreat the 10 yards. There's a dangerous ball. With Cookman defending again. Gets it away. There's a corner though again. Roberts and Miller trying to coordinate their troops at the back. Again, dangerous delivery. Away by Stevens, and again Gary Stevens. And this is Archibald. That's a super ball. Thomas has to be solid, and is. Now, oh, he gives it away in a dangerous position, does the shot as well. And Parks watches the ball, straight into his arms. Worrying moments for Tottenham. There's the long ball downfield by Tony Parks. Got out here by Schifo. Offside flags up again. Chernatinsky going a little early. Falco again bewildered as to why he was penalised. This is another dangerous ball, but again the flag going up against Brio. Thomas now for Tottenham. This is Houghton now. He's gone down under the challenge, and it's a free kick to Tottenham. Enzo Schifo penalised. Perryman will take the free kick. Towards Falco into Tottenham corner. Graham Roberts is forward. Paul Miller also wandering forward here for Tottenham. Hazard with a delivery. Roberts was in there. It'll break on this left side. And it'll fall for Jackie Munaron. Pressure over for the time being. Now Brio to him down. Despite the rolls, says he's okay. This now is Vandenberg towards Schifo, and now Hopkins, challenged by Houghton. Comfortable for Parks, does it well. Still, you have to feel the home side aren't putting any real pressure on Tottenham here. They'll be quite happy with the way things are panning out at the moment. Against Thomas. There's the delivery again, and Graham Roberts was there to deal with it. Flag up against Brio. Roberts back to his goalkeeper, Tony Parks. Parks for the long clearance downfield. That's Hopkins. Well, the mistake there was by Roberts, covered was by Paul Miller, who did really well to get the challenge in. Really good challenge by Paul Miller. Brea very nearly got in. Parks will kick long downfield. Tottenham have the throw. Danny Thomas will take. Again, it's towards Galvin. There's the header. It's not a black one, is it at all? Forced Muller on to scramble across his goal. Tottenham again coming close. Here's the replay. Wasn't a bad effort, was it at all? Muller was worried for a moment. In a dangerous position for Tottenham. Thomas does well. Vanden will get the ball away. Oh, dangerous position. There's a shot by Stevens. Vanden. Now Schifo. He's a threat when he gets the ball in these advanced positions. Baseman returning the ball. Enzo Schifo with a throw. Vanden tried to play the ball forward. It's a dangerous look, he goes to a break. Frustration for the young striker. Again, it was a dangerous ball in. Roberts with the cover. Just did enough, didn't he? Here's Miller towards Chris Hughton here. And now on towards Tony Galvin. Falco run out of it by De Gruyter. This is Vanden. Looking for Schifo. He was fouled by Tony Galvin. Out toward one header. Well, they will be happy enough. Tottenham, Chris Hughton there about to take this throw. And they have been pretty solid. And they have had the best chances of this first half. Mark Falco's header, very, very close, and perhaps a header with which he should have done a little better. It's a foul by Thomas. The referee was happy to let it go with the advantage. Good play by the match officials to let the game keep going. Chernetinsky has stayed down. He's now picked himself up and away by Hughton the ball. That's Schifo. Good covering back by Mark Falco there. That's De Gruyter. And Perryman will find Hazard. One back and now with Hufkens. Falco battling away for his side. Olsen looking for Schifo, got out by Hughton. That's Chernetinsky, now Van der Eycken. Well intercepted by Danny Thomas. Spurs well organised at the back. Now well organised in this first half as well. The first half really has been even in terms of scoreline, but Tottenham had the better of the chances. Mark Falco's header very close indeed. Tony Parks hasn't had that much to do, and at half-time in the Vanden Stadium, it's Anderlecht 0, Tottenham 0. And with the departure of the Brussels brass band, the teams re-emerge for the second period of this UEFA Cup final. First leg here in the Vanden Stadium here in Brussels. A little bit of the half-time entertainment still clogging up the field. Most of the first half entertainment came from Tottenham, the visiting team, who will be more than happy. Keith Birkinshaw, their manager, we're told at half-time was just said to keep it going. And an away goal will come. An away goal, of course, so vital for those fans to take back to White Hart Lane for the second leg of this UEFA Cup final. Anderlecht themselves had a couple of long-range efforts, but nothing really to concern Tony Parks too much in the Tottenham goal. And with the departure of those two tables, we can finally get the second half underway. It will be Anderlecht to get us going again in the second period. Chernetinsky and Brie, fresh with new shirts for the second half. It has been wet in Brussels, and the pitch has cut up just a little bit, but it has played true. And they're underway for the second period. A vital 45 minutes on both sides. Vanden with the ball forward towards Chernytinski. Thomas trying to get the ball away, and he was fouled. The ball is downfield, searching for Mark Falco. Archibald was looking for Stevens. The flick didn't come off, and this is Enzo Schifo. He was looking for De Gruyter. This is Van der Eycken now being forced to backtrack, and we'll find his goalkeeper Jackie Munaron. De Grief, Hopkins. Tottenham win the ball back with Hazard here. No one read his intentions though, and Munaron will just play the ball out to the captain of Anderlecht, Morten Olsen here. The Danish international skipper as well. It's a foul on Bray by Chris Hughton. Olsen takes it quickly. Hopkins now. It was looking for Chernytinski. Tussle between Stevens and Van der Eycken, and then Schifo just overhit that. Danny Thomas with a throw now for Tottenham. This is Hughton. Archibald. Morten Olsen was there. Finds his goalkeeper, who can put rest to any danger. This is George Grun. He's played a lot of games at fullback for the national side, but one of the markers here tonight for Anderlecht. It's nice from Enzo Schifo. Now Bray. Was looking for Schifo again. Thomas will get the ball away. This is Olsen. On the south side, more spectators leaving on stretchers. There have been problems off the field. It's an injury there for Gary Stevens. Referee happy to let the play go on. Stevens is trying to pick himself up. Well, the game at the moment. And there's a dangerous looking delivery as well, but the header is down to the centre-back box. He needed to make it as well. Worrying moments for Tottenham. It looked as though the initial flick was going to take the ball out, but Bray did well. And then the final shot was by Chernytinski. That's the closest Anderlecht have come. There's a real chance as well. And it's a chance that's not taken. It was good football, wasn't it, by the Belgian side? Look at this now, it's a lovely ball. It's picked out. And you feel here that once he got round the challenge of Miller there, that all Chernytinski was going to do was put the ball in the back of the net. But he couldn't take the chance. Will Anderlecht be made to rue the miss? De Grief forward. Hopkins battling for the ball. This will fall to Falco here. Archibald on the chase. Too heavy though for the Scotsman. Pass for ball again. This is Olsen now. Once again coming forward from sweeper. Thomas with a header away. This is Stevens. Perhaps a little rash diving in with the tackle there, but De Groot stays on his feet and again gets the ball moving here to Georges Groot. And now Hopkins. De Groot again. Grun. Chenetinsky with a challenge. This is Hopkins. Thomas with the header. And Hazard now will get the ball away for Tottenham. He finds Galvin here. And once again sets off on one of those rampaging runs before he is crudely dealt with by Vanden. Good run by Tony Galvin. Strong play. Vanden came across. And once Galvin had just got that touch on the ball there, Vanden decided that he'd gone far enough. Quick free kick. This is Archibald now. Oh, that was another. This is Morten Falco with a real chance. Well, Anderlecht survived. And you have to give credit to De Groot, who did really, really well. A second chance there for Morten Falco. This is Hazard towards Archibald, who loses out. And then there's just a little bit of afters there between Miller and De Groot. Graham Roberts just having words as well. I think the words there, the message there was settled down from Graham Roberts. Miller will deliver the free kick. Falco again tussling for it. It's another free kick. And we played for 9 minutes at the start of this second half. This is Schieffel. Lovely turn again by the midfielder. Grun. Goes off Danny Thomas as De Groot tried to play the ball forward. Thomas is there again. It's another throw. That's Hazard with the ball. He's looking here for Archibald. It's a super pull down as well. Good technique by Steve Archibald. Holds the ball up well and brings in Chris Hughton here. Now Tony Galvin. Socks roll down round his ankles now, Tony Galvin. Hughton with the delivery. In goes Stevens. Pulled down by Morten Olsen now, and Jackie Muneron was there. This is Danny Thomas. Again getting forward well from fullback. Morten Falco now. Thomas again. He's been fouled by De Groot. Tottenham have a free kick. Mickey Hazard will take. Can Tottenham get the away goal that they so crave? Hazard will deliver. Miller has gone forward from the back. Taken by Muneron. Referee says though that he was fouled. Perhaps looked a little harsh because the delivery by Hazard was good. Muneron came a long way and if anything seemed to just lose the flight of the ball. It didn't seem as though there was much to knock him off the ball. Here's George Grun again. This is Morten Olsen. Van der Eycken. Won back by Stevens. And then the ball by Falco to Hazard was too heavy. Plenty of mud down that side of the field where it's been rolled. This is Olsen. Big tackle between Olsen and Danny Thomas. Both pick themselves up and dust themselves down. Here is Thomas now. Good turn by Archibald, who was fouled. Igleif it was who was beaten and pulled him to the ground. Morten Olsen is down following that tackle from Danny Thomas. Thomas now surging forward. They are a man short at the moment. Thomas with the delivery. It will be a corner. Olsen's going to need some running repairs here. And more supporters are being led out on stretchers here. The magic spray. Struggling a bit more from Olsen. Mickey Hazard with the corner for Tottenham. Again, they're having a good spell. Can they make it count? It's deep. And it will be cleared away out for another Tottenham corner. Hazard needs one good delivery. Tottenham need one good delivery. A right-footed corner again by Mickey Hazard. Again, it's deep. And there's the penalty! Tottenham have the lead. It's Paul Miller, the most unlikely of scorers. But the big centre-half has come forward and has got a crucial goal. It's a super ball by Mickey Hazard. Really is a good delivery. And Miller climbed highest. And despite the attentions of Van der Eycken on the line, he couldn't keep it out. And the Tottenham fans are in ecstasy. They lead in Brussels. Look at it again. It's a really good header. Gets above George Grun. And that's a bullet of a header. Paul Miller. Now they have to be cool and be steady. Good defending by Danny Thomas. For the first time, the Belgian fans have gone very quiet. It's the Tottenham fans making all the noise now. The goal coming after 61 minutes of the game. Steve Perryman just having a few words there with Van der Eycken. There's the header down and it's comfortable for Parks. Here's Galvin. And now Mark Falco will play the ball forward from left back. Got out well by Olsen. Good strong play there by Brilliant. This is Big Grita. Big Grita will have another chance to deliver. Archibald does well. Van der Eycken dived into the tackle somewhat. Schifo. And Tony Galvin defending there. Those Tottenham fans delighted. Look at them. Many have found their way over on the ferries to Calais, and there's a decent ball, and Parks has come a long way, but it won't count. They had just gone too early. Take it ahead from the young striker. This is Hopkins. Hazard. Perryman will battle for that. Can't keep possession. Away by Miller, the goal scorer. Good flick for Tony Galvin here. Tottenham surging forward again. Galvin's been taken out. That'll be a free kick. A word from Morten Olsen. Galvin may require a little bit of treatment here. Just a word there for the guilty man. Quite often see a caution for that in Europe, but not for Morten Olsen there, the captain of Anderlecht. Hazard will take again. Miller is again forward from the back. Hazard drives the ball in, and Munaron is forced to make a save at his near post. Tricky play again by Tony Galvin. Then he ran into a little bit of traffic, but that's a ball looking for Archibald, who's just offside. Lead the group to there. And his side know that they must produce something. Tottenham have a vital away goal. It's a nice turn by Brea. Had a goal as well. Saved at the goalkeeper. Tony Parks has been called upon more than at the start of this second period to do more than he did in the entire first half. Frank McAlter will be coming on shortly. Goal by Chernetinsky. Miller towards Graham Robertson, and just back into Tony Parks here. The young goalkeeper again gets the ball going downfield. Just 22 years old, Tony Parks. Thomas. It's a physical tackle again, but it was a good tackle by De Grief. Now the change can be made. Frank McAlter will come on and replace Chernetinsky. There's a ball delivered long, but Danny Thomas is there. Hazard is beaten to it. Here's McAlter, the substitute. Now De Gruta, that's a dangerous looking ball, and a chance as well. Again it was Brea who arrived. Again the shake of the head says that the ball didn't go where he wanted it to. But Brea He has had chances. Simple as that. Danny Thomas. Here's Hazard. Now Graham Roberts towards Houghton. Good play by Chris Houghton. Well, they are just about dealing with everything at the back there, but ball is cleared away. Steve Perryman was on the burst there. Archibald again in carrying the wrath of the officials. Again, it was a tight offside decision, wasn't it? And the silly thing is that Archibald never actually got near the ball. It was Perryman who tried to burst through. Steve Perryman, the first booking of the evening. Well, let's see it again here. Well, here comes the control by Olsen, and the challenge by Perryman was deemed as foot up. Vanden. And De Groot can't keep the ball in play. Tony Parks got underneath that one a bit, just about reaches halfway. Dangerous looking ball again, but it's a little heavy for the substitute for Kouteren. He's had a lot of problems with that left knee, as you can see by the strapping on it. He's had both cartilage and ligament trouble with that knee. Challenges by Falco. Ball will run through to Munaron. Hazard towards Stevens here. Good shift to get the ball out from under his feet. And the ball will come here towards Archibald. Now Stevens. Steve Archibald again. Falco is in the middle, and Munaron will make the save. He's caused all sorts of problems, as big Mark Falco, hasn't he, tonight? Minutes remaining. Frank Arneson doing some warming up as well, the veteran Dane. There's De Groot with a cross, comfortable for Tony Parks. Maybe just to waste a little bit of time there. There's the goal ball down. Very nearly came across and found Vandenberg, who's been pretty quiet. Perryman away, looking for Galvin here. Galvin trying to keep the ball in play, and he does very, very well indeed. This is Steve Archibald now. Galvin on the chase. Has he got the pace to get away from the defender? No, and he's fouled the Grief, and then there's a little bit of nonsense between the two players. It was a straight race, wasn't it? De Grief, from a standing start, did well. And almost like Rugby League, had a little kick out as he tried to get up. Schifo. Hopkins. Just been given the attendance at 38,000 inside the stadium here in Brussels. Beaten away. Well, it's given us 38,000. It looks as though there could be many more. There is Frank Arneson. Just getting the boots ready. Maybe we will see him shortly. Falco. Challenged by Vanden. Thomas on Vanden, who's starting to get more and more on the ball now. Thomas might need a bit of treatment here. Play goes on with Verkauteren. Well cut out by Hazard. Tottenham are just getting a little deeper and deeper, aren't they? And the home side are just starting to exert some real pressure on them. Mark Falco relieves that pressure though. Paul Miller will come across and take this free kick. Danny Thomas just hobbling away. This is Perryman. Well cut out again and by Morten Olsen. Schifo. Olsen again. Offside flag's got up very early there. It is still advantage Tottenham, still they lead thanks to Paul Miller's goal after 61 minutes. A lead would be fantastic to take back to White Hart Lane, but they do have that all-important away goal. And Tony Park's goal so far has not been breached. Anderlecht, they are starting to come more and more into it and cause more threat. Thomas with a really strong tackle there. And this is Hazard now bursting away. Archibald. Thomas. Now Gary Stevens, he is onside. The tackle by De Grief. Well, there is Frank Arneson. You wonder how long it is before he comes up. Chance for two. Real chance again for Mark Falco. Good ball by Archibald. Falco got the difficult ball to head into control. And just leaning back, he puts it over the bar, Mark Falco. On another night, he could have had a hat-trick, and Jackie Munaron still only beaten by the header by Paul Miller. This is Morten Olsen. Schifo. Towards Groen. De Groot. This is Verkauteren. Partly tries to rob Thomas. Thomas stands up well. Oh, good turn by the young defender. Did really well. And he was fouled then by Vanden. He shows his dismay. Thomas forward. Header inside was by Stevens. Mistake by De Groote. Ball by Perryman, flags up against Mark Falco. This is Morten Olsen. Verkouteren. All stuck between the knees of Gary Stevens. And there was a good pull on the shirt by Verkouteren. This is Schifo. Now Breer. Taking a tumble. Frustration for Graham Roberts, who picks his man up, who took an extravagant tumble. It's a free kick in a dangerous position. There's the delivery by Schifo. Oh, it's a good header away. Referee gives the free kick to Tottenham. It was De Groote who was penalised, who'd come forward from the back. Tony Parks with the clearance long downfield. Like handball. De Groote just lost his way a little bit in the last few minutes. Another Tottenham player is down. It's Gary Stevens. A little bit of cramp, I think. Keith Birkinshaw there. Next to Mike Varney as they try and get some instructions out to their players. And they are trying to get a change made here. Roberts back to Tony Parks. Grun downfield. This is Schifo. That's a good ball, but Chris Hughton with the cover does really well for Tottenham there. Well, there's Gary Mabbott. Generally a centre half, but he's going to come on here for Gary Stevens, as Stevens suffering from cramp and Spurs looking to protect that one-goal advantage that they have. There are only 9.5 minutes remaining. Still Tottenham lead. Tottenham want to make the change here. And Gary Stevens will hobble off. The man who came from Brighton and Hove Albion. There's the ball forward. a decent ball as well, looking for Vanden, and good cover and gain. This is Shifo. Shot was hit by the substitute, Verkouteren. Archibald now at the other end. Mabbutt offering support. This is Perryman. Now Hazard. It's a decent looking ball for Tony Galvin. Archibald waits in the middle. Tottenham will have a corner. Here comes the change now for Anderlecht, the one we've been waiting for. And Frank Arneson will come on. The veteran Dane. And he's going to replace Vanden, who has been quiet. The referee wants the corner taken again while the substitution is being made. Off goes Vanden, on comes Arneson. Straight up down the tunnel as well for the striker. He doesn't want to see any more. There's a flip by Roberts. It's another corner. There's Frank Arneson. George Drum with a header away above Mabbutt. It's a Tottenham throw-in on halfway. Mark Falco on the chase. Across from George Grun. It's a physical challenge and a little too physical from the Belgian international defender. Hazard with the free kick. Spurs fans hope for another goal. Will they get one here? Well, they've got a chance. Saved by Munro. Falco with a header back in. And away by George Grun. Let's come off Shifo. And Archibald is given offside. Anderlecht again having words as he passes Steve Archibald. Well cut out there by Chris Hughton. Spurs don't need to over-gamble in these final few minutes, but a second goal would be wonderful for them to take back to White Hart Lane. There's the ball delivered, but Munro is there. Archibald was waiting. This is Britt. Now De Gruyter. He sliced that one a bit. Just seemed to take a bobble, but they've done well to keep possession with Van der Eycken here. Verkouteren with the throw in, but it will be a free kick. Steve Perryman penalised. Verkouteren with the delivery. Comes out. Oh, it's a shot. It's in. It's 1-1. Morten Olsen, the captain, has got a captain's goal. Anderlecht are back in it. There's the delivery. The shot comes in here, look. It was a decent hit as well. Parks couldn't hold it. And Morten Olsen was on hand to turn it home from Brea's initial effort. It's 1-1 now in this UEFA Cup final. Celebrations amongst the Anderlecht fans, and it's all to play for again, isn't it? Disappointment for Tottenham, who looked as though they were going to go back to England with the 1-0 advantage given to them by Paul Miller. But the skipper just there touching the ball to his goalkeeper. Here he is now on the ball again. Is the man who has scored that vital goal. Parks were disappointed he didn't hold it. But it's 1-1 on the night. Tottenham do still have that away goal. Now they have to be careful because Anderlecht can sense that they could get a second here. Good piece of skill by Arneson. Challenge is made. And Perryman did well. There's confirmation of the score. Instructions from Graham Roberts. As Tottenham now will look just to perhaps hold on. 4 minutes remain. Here is Miller, whose goal for so long looked as though he'd won it for Tottenham. Siding against Archibald again, who had a disappointing night, Steve Archibald. So much promise and so much threat in front of goal, but it's not been his night at all. We'll be hoping that it will be for the second leg. Thomas with the tackle, he's worked very hard as young Thomas. Final touch of the ball came off of a counter, and it was Arneson's challenge. No rush now for Danny Thomas. Here is Archibald. He's turned into trouble. Challenged by Enzo Schifo. Schifo trying to hurry to get the play moving again as Thomas waits for the ball for the throw in here for Tottenham. 1-1 towards Falco. And then there's flick by Mabbott. It was a good flick as well, but no one read it. Those Tottenham fans there will be happy enough with what they've seen this evening. Maybe they will feel, though, that they could have had a lead to take back to England. Good cover there by Graham Roberts, who has been very impressive all night for Tottenham Hotspur and for his manager Keith Birkinshaw. Schifo is on the chase. Roberts again, though, with the cover. And happy just to run the clock down now, Tottenham, in the final stages of this game. We wait to see how much time the match official allows. This is Steve Perryman on towards Chris Hughton here. They've worked very hard tonight, of those Tottenham players. Morten Olsen downfield, won back by Hazard. Good exchange of passes between Perryman and Hazard here. Here's Archibald. Time ticking away with Tottenham in possession. They do have that away goal. Wonderful skill by Mickey Hazard. On towards Perryman. This is Mabbott now. One of the best football we've seen all night from Tottenham. And that will do. The Tottenham players applaud their supporters. It's all square here in Brussels in the UEFA Cup final first leg. Paul Miller's goal, but Tottenham look to have won it. But the equaliser late on was by Morten Olsen, and it sets it up very well for the second leg of Rock Park Lane in 2 weeks' time. It finishes here in Brussels at 1-1. Tottenham